Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's another run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. Man, it's cold outside, man. It is getting frigid out there. I hope you're staying warm and staying safe. And for those of you who don't live in cold climate, well, I'm sure you're having a great time. At least I hope you are anyway. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Prestigious Turn 268. Everyone knows his name by now. And if you don't, well, you need to go to the Invicta subreddit because he posts all the time there. Title thread was the, quote, Mythical Being Club, end quote, annual office party. Belial and Polyphemus. Does he keep taking your eye as well? Most definitely. I mean, look, it's not my fault. It is not my fault that their eyes are so appealing, all right? They happen to make very, very good Binding of Isaac items. Thank you very much, Prestigious Turn, everyone who upvoted that one. And also, thank you for just being here. CJ is going to be November Golf, Quebec Romeo. I think that's an R anyway. X-Ray November Golf X-Ray. Lots of November Golfs in there. Well, we got great tiers to start off with. We got good damage too, good movement speed, good shot speed. Yeah, good active item here. Although I do feel like compelled to say, if I could change one thing about Blank Card, other than the fact that it gives you not randomized, but modular amounts of cooldown depending on how good or bad the card is that you use. Other than that, if I could say one thing, I think that it's only fair that Blank Cards spawn a card when you either pick it up, buy it, or you start with it. Just saying. I think it's only fair because it's completely useless by itself, and most likely will probably get removed here if we do find a better active item. But Blank Card, Blank Cards, it's still a good item. It's just not as good as it used to be. And that's a change that we've been holding on to for years now. It's one of those puzzling changes that was made to just make the game harder, so it's not as easy to break the game, and I think everyone knows how I feel about that, but I digress. We are starting off with a Soul Heart as well, thanks to us getting Bozo as our starting passive item, and that's where our little bit of damage up came from. Ooh, well, Butterbean. I mean, are we really going to take Butterbean over Blank Card? I kind of want to, especially since of yesterday's. I promise you, this is a different day I'm recording this on. But there is something to be said. Wow, Bozo just did a heck of a job there. There's something to be said about being able to duplicate and reuse over and over and over again different cards. There's many different strategies that can emerge from that. I had a very long day the other day, and then I decided to sleep and take a nap. At 10 a.m. I was done, man. I was crashed out. I was so tired. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a nap. Screw it. I woke up at 7 p.m. 7:15 p.m. and that was a 9-hour nap. So I don't think it qualifies as a nap anymore. Which has totally screwed up my entire day, but it is what it is. I'm very fortunate that I have a work schedule that allows me to kind of have just ultimate flexibility. Although I don't like not being on time when it comes to my streams. I do also over the last few years, because my sleeping problems are well known. But over the last few years, I kind of just made a decision, like, well, if I have this freedom to be able to be flexible with when I work and how often I work, then I think that, I'm just going to try to sleep whenever I'm tired, and then whatever the consequences are, as long as I'm not missing any important like appointments or anything like that, or get-togethers, and yeah, I think it's okay. I'd rather get sleep and be rested. And to some people, hearing that after only 9 hours of sleep, you may thinking like, oh wow, I get that every night. I envy you. I don't remember the last time that I was able to consistently sleep for 9 hours every single night. And I almost kind of dread sleeping this long and this well, because I know that it's going to be probably more difficult to fall asleep the next couple of days, just because I feel so good, Wake up after a 9-hour nap, you feel like you can take on the world. Yep, I knew that one was coming. I'm glad they didn't combine with a cross shot there. So we're looking okay on this run. I would like to get into the shop. Let's see if we can get some kind of tarot card. No. Tarot card has been deleted from the game. Okay, so we'll see how long Isaac decides to troll us for not giving us a tarot card in now 2 stores. Super secret room is to the north of here. I don't know where the regular secret room is, but I know that the super secret room is here. That's where it should have been. Fly, you gonna do anything? Thank you. It was clipping inside of black dingle there, and it was like, I'm on the clock. Oh, okay. So let's see if we can turn this HP upgrade we got on the last floor into a solid devil deal here. I don't like black dingle just because he does spawn everything. He spawns a lot of spiders and shoots a lot, but also he's very, very, very fast whenever he charges. So you gotta be real careful. He only charges once, but you gotta make sure that you're clear of his trajectory. And we get booster pack, which I normally hate as a boss item drop, but this time around, you know, with us having a reverse emperor card, with us having blank card, I think it's fine. Stars card is only 2-room cooldown. Let's take this in here first, just in case. And I will begrudgingly take the missing page number 2. I'm not going to take Whore Babylon. And let's use the reverse emperor card now. There's no reason for us to use this with blank card. While yes, it is nice to get extra boss items, I don't think that it's going to be worth taking that over something like the Stars card, which allows us to teleport in and out of challenge rooms and also save the keys of having to go into item rooms. And that may seem like a little thing, but you never know. We've had many runs where we think that we have enough keys and all of a sudden we can't actually enter into the item room. So yeah, I want to make sure that we can get in there. And also this gets us out of boss rush. We don't have to worry about looking for the Fool card. And you know, maybe down the road, maybe we can get a better card than a Stars card. I like having the Emperor card as a blank card combo, just because I know that I don't have to go look for the bosses, and that one's also only a 2-room cooldown. So faked out Gertie Senior pretty badly there. So we need to get, if we can just get a damage upgrade, that'd be great. It'd be a damage up great. See, I don't have my soundboard anymore on this new board. All right, Gertie finally goes down here. We get another boss item, and it's just a regular old HP upgrade. All right. I'm going to take the Stars card. I'm going to take it out here, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I am, well, there is a sack room here. This would create a lot of hearts on the ground. We have a regular judgment card too. We've already been to the devil deal, so the only thing we could really get would be 30 cents, or we need this bomb, or soul hearts. I'm gonna take this bomb too, so I can do this. Okay, so we still have a, this is where the super secret room is, by the way. We still have a chance at getting an angel item. I could have just FO'd off of this floor, but I think that there's a better play that remains here. Even though we don't have a soul heart, which I'm a little bit nervous about losing, we could still come away with 30 cents or 7 soul hearts, which would be fine. But this gives us an opportunity at least to go into the boss trap room and maybe get a boss item in there that we got robbed of twice on this floor. But also it allows us to maybe get an angel item if we're lucky. So I think that this is a gambit worth doing, especially considering the fact that we don't have to do the boss trap room. Okay, so we get 3 cents here, which is great. Let's go into the boss trap room. Now that we have only 1 HP, we can very easily teleport out of there with the Stars card and blank card. And yep, Just going to do that. So thank you, game, for wasting our time. Leave it to Isaac, man. You come up with this great strategy. Say, all right, okay, we got to play here, we got to play there, and then next thing you know, no.
Sorry, loser. Better luck next time. Maybe you'll get an even better item than experimental treatment.
Yeah, congrats, game. Let's see if we can get an angel item here. We have a 33% chance to get something. Okay, we got a soul heart at least. So here comes the troll bombs. We're just going to back out of here very calmly. And then we just need to tap 2 more times, and then we will have our possible 30 cents or 7 soul hearts. The most important thing about this is that random soul heart that just dropped there from the sack room. So we need to tap 3 more times. So that's 1, 2, and a 3. I'm not going to take the rotten heart yet. We can take that down to the next floor as well. So we were flying after the end of that first floor, but obviously now with this play, it's taking a little bit more time. I also still don't know where our secret room is. I'm guessing it's... No, it can't even be there. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's in one of those weird spots. Maybe north of here. And I'm just not even going to worry about that. We get the 30 cents. Okay. And that's fine. Honestly, we can turn that into something better. It gets us a premium item on the next floor or whenever we do get a usable item. And we still have blank cards, so was it worth it? I guess. We did trade a few soul hearts for it for basically nothing. I'm going to take Little Steven, though. Come on, Little Steven. Come on down. You did okay the last time that you were with us, so we'll put a little respect on the name. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I will check this shop to make sure there was nothing in here that I really truly wanted. I will buy this half-price Bomba. Could buy that red heart, but I don't think that that's a worthy amount of money to be spending there. Keep my Locust Famine, and we are finally ready to head on down to the next floor. All right, so we need to get a double charge on blank cards so we can teleport into the item room. And that'll save ourselves a key and also probably block off a whole lot of the level that we don't have to explore. But at the very least, we will save a key. And being able to teleport at will is also very nice. Lots of emergent synergies that can happen there. We get a devil card, which I don't care about. And we also have Mom's Eye, which I don't care about. All right. The reason why I don't like Mom's Eye is because it prevents you from taking certain items. Like, say, if we found Ipecac and we needed Ipecac, I would not be able to take Ipecac unless we had some kind of explosion to shield us from Ipecac. So no dice there on our item room. Now, Little Steven, or Psychic Steven, as you just saw, another alternate title for an item. He will allow us to get a little bit more aggressive with our positioning. We just have to be careful with clown physics. Clown physics are always going to be a problem when you're talking about Little Steven, when you're talking about anything that's floating in the air and you have a reasonable amount of shot speed plus also homing shots. Those shots tend to curve around the target and push them towards Isaac, which is not ideal. Super Secret Room might be up here, but we'll never find out. And yep. Ooh boy. Gonna be one of those, huh, game? Gonna be one of those you give us bits and pieces of fun, but we're not gonna get any fun tarot cards. We're gonna get no items in our shop or item room. Is that what I'm feeling? Is it you're cold and grumpy? Is that it? Wow, I can't believe that thing actually. First off, how was that one? Was that one full soul heart I just saw, or was that half a soul heart? I think we only had half soul heart damage there. And very quickly realizing that we need to get to damage in a hurry. Which hopefully will result in us at least getting a double deal here, get lucky. Oh, judging by the way this run's gone, I wouldn't count on it. Yeah. More HP and more shot speed. All right. Curse the Maze and Little Monstro. So, game, it looks like I was correct, as always. Looks like we have ourselves a little troll action going here, So, the best item that we have gotten out of an item room is Little Steven. And the best boss item that we have gotten for the synergy is Booster Pack. Yep. Yeah, January, I don't know. January started off hot, and then now it's doing what Isaac usually does, is just kind of slowly devolving. Well, most of the time anyway. There's our secret room. Now, I don't want to alarm anybody, but we are only 5 months away from the dreaded June. And if we're getting bad runs out of the way in this year this early, then hey, I'm all for it. If that means that we're going to actually have a good June for once. But you know, last year's June wasn't that bad. It was bad, but it wasn't anything special like June of 2023 was. That June was legend, or no, it was 2020. Yeah, no, it was 2024 June. That's the one there that I actually had to address with the mosh pit because it was bringing everyone's mood down. It's like, man, these runs are killing me, and I find myself just being like, killing you, brother. You imagine having to play through all these. I mean, they're rough. They're rough. If they're rough to watch, just imagine playing through them. Somebody in Twitch chat recently said, I don't know if I've ever seen Isaac troll anyone more than you. And I feel like that's probably correct. I don't know if there's too many people left who played Isaac more than me on YouTube. But that does feel accurate. Get started deck, we get wild card. Now this is interesting. So wild card will repeat anything that we do. Will blank card work off of wild card? I think it will. So this is very interesting now, because now we have essentially a way to double things at will. Or if we have, like, if we find a good, let's say, a Hierophant card, we can just start rolling with that. Wild card will do the last action that we take. If we take a pill, it's going to give us another pill. If we use our space bar item, it's going to use our space bar item even more. If we use a tarot card, it will turn into that tarot card essentially, but it will always be a wild card in this case. So, but it's interesting that we get to repeat here. Yeah. I don't necessarily want to be giving up that much HP right now. I don't trust the damage on this run yet. Doing a good job of avoiding damage for the most part in this run so far, anyway. Given the circumstances. Super Secret Room might be to the right of there. Wow. He says that and then immediately gets hit. I love it. I don't know how that bone got through that diagonal shot there. At least in my mind, it looked diagonal. Gotta hold off the trigger for a little bit here because we don't want Little Steven's shots to be making the dark mat. So that right there is what I'm talking about. And notice how that one little tiny shot just propelled that dark matter ball 4 million miles an hour forward, and we get another HP upgrade. All right, just what we needed. Huzzah! We'll take the pact, and I will take up his hairball. And, yeah. I'm just going to head on down. We get half price entry into the curse room here, and yep. There's a little Gertie. Maybe we can get another familiar in the next item room. So our streak of not taking item rooms continues here. There's nothing wrong with little Gertie. Let's just put it that. I don't have a problem with little Gertie. You do have to worry about there's a certain level of caution you have to use with contact familiars like little Gertie. They could invariably hurt you by way of hitting something that they shouldn't. We don't want them to. We get a Sun card at least, so we will always have Sun card. And as much as I like Stars cards, they do solve some problems, but not all. One problem that we need to get solved immediately is going to be more damage. The Pact is a good start, but it's not the best. It's not the end-all be-all here. I'm glad that we got some tears. So as you see here, the ability to teleport is only costs you 2 pips on the blank card, but for some odd reason, something that that gives you full mapping. Oh, it's not even full mapping, partial mapping, which is the same effect of another item called the Crystal Ball, by the way. It's somehow double the cooldown of that item. So go figure on that. Boss rush obviously not going to happen. Need some movement speed, need some tier effects, and eventually, hopefully, maybe we can spend some of that 30 cents we got on floor 2, maybe? Yeah? Yeah? Birthright? We can get our second starter deck of the day, sure, why not? Hangman, neat. Cool. And I guess we're just gonna get the 2 of spades then, just use that. I was thinking about getting Tarot Cloth, but it doesn't really help us with blank card that much. But one thing we can do, I think, is now turn the wild card into a 6-room cooldown Sun card instead of a 12-room cooldown Sun card. I think. Now, it mimics some Sun card, so I don't know if that means in blank card's mind that we're using a Sun card, or if it just sticks to the wild card cooldown. Lots of questions here. Okay. Let's hope that we get something incredible here. Anything that is not an HP upgrade. I'll even take a range upgrade. 6.19 range is not really all that great. The game, look, you've made me resort to asking for range upgrades. Okay, are you happy now? We're not in Brimstone territory yet, but we have to listen for the deep breath. All right, now we are. Nope, no deep breath there. There's a deep breath. We just sit here and chill. And a movement speed upgrade. Something usable. And a Krampus fight. Hey, at least we got that. Reverse High Priestess, no thank you. So, in theory, the next full charge we get, and we use Wildcard, it should only go to a 6-room cooldown instead of a 12. If it goes to a 12, then that's crazy. because that means that blank card will act as if wild card turned into the sun card. And I don't think it's supposed to do that. But we about to find out. Get ace of spades, don't care about that. We have plenty of keys, and we're probably not going to need many. And before we run into a room that has like 8 mega chests in there. Really. Oh, you go for the hat trick? Yeah, sure. Might as well, game. Sure. It did nothing. So it even performed lower than expectations, which was just simply doing nothing. Okay. So traditionally, in that spike room, you're supposed to be able to just shoot the spikes and they remain stationary. But not Repentance Plus. They have a mind of their own, as we've seen many, many times. All right, starting to get a little on tilt here because this damage that we're taking is kind of ridiculous. I halfway expected it to be a greed fight. Gotta be honest. Yeah. Blank card. I think we're just done. Brother. Because what I can do with 2 Pandora's boxes, I can use it twice on the next floor. Get a Justice card and a World card. We have the Sun card, we have Wild card, and we have Pandora's box. Now, if we really, really wanted to, we could save this all the way to the Angel, or the Angel item in the Cathedral, but I don't think we're going to make it there. We need to get more help. Definitely check the arcade here. I want to be really, really lazy, but we only have 1 bomb, so I'm not going to. Now, if we had the school bag, we would, I think, potentially be able to use blank card with wild card with Pandora's box, and that would be insane. But we don't have school bag. Yep. All right. Ghost Pepper is actually usable here, but that's not the concern at this point. The concern is not dying here. And I'm very, very sure that I won't be taking Little Steven again. Little Steven's been helpful, but it's also caused some issues that we've been running across. And this is the right play, is to stick with blank card and to keep the Sun card wild card. But the thing is that we've got to shoot for something big here. Simply having mapping is not going to cut it on this run. We need to have something, a catalyst of sorts, to break us out of this funk here in this run. Because this is a run that very easily could run out of control on us. And we didn't get a double deal. So, all right, wild card. Unreal, dude. Absolutely unreal. So yeah, remember when I was talking about how someone in the Twitch chat said, I don't think I've ever seen Isaac troll someone as hard as you and as often as you. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Of course we would get Curse the Blind. And I stupidly told the game what our plan was. So if anyone out there ever questions whether or not the game knows what you're planning, I mean, I don't know how much more evidence to the contrary I can show you. I mean, it's pretty plain. It's right there for everybody to see every single day. Of course, we get Curse of the Blind on the floor that we were attempting to get some boss items from. Now, we still could do that, but obviously it makes it a little bit trickier because there are some boss items we wouldn't want. Less than 3. Even if it was lard, we just need HP. Or, yeah, we would just need HP at this point. We still could get 2 boss items here. Let's see what we get from the boss. Which boss we get first. If it's a horseman, then yeah. I'm actually kind of hoping it's conquest at this point. And we just burn Pandora's box and wild card. And then we just ride on Conquest Pony until hopefully a happy conclusion here. Surprisingly, with a luck rating of only 1.13, our proc rate on Ghost Pepper is still quite good. This is one of those times where I think people just love to laugh at me whenever you see the game do stuff like that. It's funny to people. They're getting some ha-has out there, some hemming and hawings out there. I think a large appeal of these videos still are people who love to laugh at poor old Invicta getting trolled by a video game. It is Conquest, so I called that one. So we aren't going to get a useful boss item here in terms of stats, but we are going to go with that plan that I was mentioning earlier. Joke's on you, game. You fell into my trap this time. So we're going to use Pandora's Box. We're going to use Wild Card. Okay, we get Toothpicks, Coat Hanger. We don't need more tiers. We got tier size and range. And I honestly don't even want to take a Devil Deal at this point. And we're not going to. I mean, these could be 2 Guppy items, but I'll never find out. Tech 2 again. Tech 2 is okay, but not for what we have here, in my opinion. I like having my tiers. I like having my tiers right. Yes, Tech 2 gives you the beam that is persistent and constant and unlimited. But I like being able to damage stuff with my tiers as well. We should absolutely play this down to completion. Get a Huaz. And I 100% would have been going down the wrong way. Okay, so that changes things here a little bit because now we have full mapping and also the chance to give ourselves some soul hearts. Okay, little Steven, need you to chill. Ghost Pepper can be used, as you just see right there, to destroy keepers. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about right there. It's ha season, I think. It is ha season today, game. You know, you can keep that key. So we can try to get a crawl space in the cathedral. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be the last time we see little Steven for a very, very, very long time. But we put some respect on your name, little Steven, and we really shouldn't have. Go on the Omega symbol here for our guaranteed crawl space, and yep. Just gonna use the sun card now. There's no reason to keep it because I mean, well, I guess there is kind of technically a reason to keep it if we wanted to heal. Let's go into the curse room after our greed fight, of course. See the damage of Ghost Pepper doing some work at 9 lives, which I will take just because it's like I said the other day. 9 lives is still going to be useful. Why did I come in here? Yeah, we get the Soul of Eve, which is going to help us DPS Isaac. Be perfect if this was an Emperor card. It's not. It's an Empress card, though. It's all right, little Steven. You're forgiven. Look, we all make bonehead plays sometimes. You're the fun scapegoat for my mistakes. There's no reason to go in that room below us because we're going to have to go through this room anyway. Or, well, the bigger room, I mean. Yeah, getting some piercing shots would have been nice. A couple luck upgrades would also benefit us. Whoa, computer, you all right? Yeah, you're having little problems here. We're gonna give you a second to compose yourself. Oh, this is an Origin PC moment here. We just got a couple of sponsored videos go up, everyone. And I like doing sponsorships for games that I enjoy. In fact, I don't do games that I don't enjoy for sponsorships. It really is hard to convince someone that you like something when you really don't, and that you're not just doing it for money. I think that translates very, very well, and that's not. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I would rather people know that, hey, if I show you a game on the channel, it's because it's a game that I like, not because I'm getting paid for it. Now, of course, sponsorships do support the channel, and I don't do a lot of them. This year, we'll probably be doing a little bit more of them, just because it is very helpful for financials here. But I won't be taking. I've turned down. Let's put it this way: if I took every sponsorship that came across my way, whether it be through my talent agency or through the just random offers that I get or paid programs and stuff, my entire channel would be nothing but sponsorships. There are so many to go through, and I'm adamant about doing sponsorships that I want to do because I believe in the game and I think it's a good game. And I know that people on YouTube, not saying the mosh pit, but in general, people on YouTube don't really like sponsored content. For whatever reason, it has a somewhat negative stigma. And I mean, I get it, but I try to make the sponsored stuff that I do. I try to make it feel like it's a game that I would have played anyway. And that's been the case for all the games I've been sponsored for, including Raid. I always bring back Raid Shadow Legends because that game is a meme and people like to dunk on content creators for being sponsored by them. Hey man, whatever makes you feel better. But with Raid, that was a game that I was playing a lot before the first sponsor deal even came down, and their developers and their company Plarium ended up being a very good and close business partner for the Mosh Pit for quite a few years, and I'm still on good terms with them too. And that kind of stuff is not, it's worth more than the money you're getting paid to play stuff, because developers and companies know, hey, if we ever need to get something done, we can trust this guy. His community is very strong. They're very, very active. They're very supportive. And that goes a long way in this business. And I mean a very long way. Too often you'll see content creators just do it just because they're getting paid to, and that's it. And while, yes, that is the main reason to be sponsored, I am also, and still remain, picky and choosy about the games that I show you all here for sponsored stuff. And I'm going to continue to do that. So just know that if you see any sponsored stuff on the channel, it is something that I obviously have personally approved of, and I am a believer in it. I have not been asked I have been asked to do product placements in the Isaac videos, and I've turned them down. Either they didn't pay enough, or it wouldn't make sense. And I don't like the idea of putting mid-roll, pre-roll ads for products unless if it's something that I use on the regular or something I like. And I didn't think that it would. I'm certainly open to the idea, but it has to be the right setup. It's got to make sense for me, and also for my audience, because I care about y'all. You know, like if something that I didn't agree with, or something came down that is just not gaming related at all, like, we'll pay you $10,000 to promote our whatever, and it has nothing to do with gaming, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm just not going to do it. Because I know that y'all's time is valuable, and my time is valuable too. And everyone giving me the honor of watching my videos every day, you're giving me your time, which is extremely valuable these days. And I'm not going to waste your time with something that I don't like. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, stay cold and stay safe out, or stay warm and stay safe out there. It's easy to stay cold out there right now. I think it's going to get into the high 20s tonight and tomorrow, so I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, stay safe, stay warm. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate all the support, seriously, and thank you for supporting the sponsored content as well on the channel, everyone. It means so much to the channel. It also means a lot to me that you all are willing to support everything that I do here. And also, those of you who don't, at least you offer very valuable feedback and criticism about stuff, and it overall just improves the channel. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for being part of the Mosh Pit. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like things to patrons of mine like OWTF Lol, Missy, Old Hispanic Guy, and Cool A. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.